Thank you very much. Three general managers, and the three of them are here this morning. Why? Because Lagos Traffic Radio is one big family. I'm not a broadcaster, I'm not a moderator, but I'm a director of programs for this event, but I'm an engineer. That means that Lagos Traffic Radio is one big family. Can Lagos Traffic Radio members clap for themselves here this afternoon? Because we're a dynamic station, we are a station that is moving. When it's moving, it's traffic radio. Because it's not about traffic management, it's all about transportation, and that is what we do. We put in our very best in what we do. So before we go ahead, by the past conferred on me, as the one in charge of the microphone, I'm going to twist the program a little bit. On the program, we are supposed to go to the book review. But because my three GMs, a GM is never a GM, the three of them are here. But I'm going to call the father. Because the reason why I will do that, because traffic radio, like I said, is a dynamic station. I want you to put your hands together if your hands are not too busy, as I invite a dynamic leader, a quintessential personality, a moving and shaker of excellence. When you are talking excellence, you discover that Lagos Traffic Radio is an excellent organization. If you enter Lagos Traffic Radio, you think you have entered an international organization, not a Lagos State organization. Put your hands together to give a remark on behalf of Lagos Traffic Radio, because one of the staff is the one that went to this group. He's a marketer and a writer. And that is what we cook up in Lagos Traffic Radio. We don't just have you in your as a multifaceted, multi-talented, because RGN is a multifaceted and a multi-talented leader. Put your hands together for him one more time.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. When we started the program, I came like 10 minutes late. Unfortunately, according to one of the speakers, he said there was no protocol that had been established. Fortunately, our guy, the AS Bond, came up and came up with his own protocol, which I think to stand on. So in view of this, I stand on the already established protocol by Dr. Mangushi. But I want to especially recognize the former general managers of our great station. One, Mr. Ogunade and Dr. Adamu. Actually, they laid the foundation of that great station. So if you don't mind, I ask them to stand up and please help me to give a round of applause. So I'm going to meet you like green and blue. I'm so happy to be here this morning or this afternoon. Why? Because one of our team members that is close to me, who happens to be our head of marketing, is coming up with this great idea. And I'm so glad that one of our core values, which the MC has been hammering on, is dynamism. And I'm glad that he has reflected that dynamism by coming up with this knowledge sharing experience for all of us, especially for the new generation. And I'm glad that he's doing that, adding to the knowledge bank of this great station, with nation, Lagos State, and Nigeria. I will also want to even appreciate that you know me. Why? Because his pedigree, which he has displayed the last 6 years that I've been there, the integrity that he has come up with cannot be overemphasized. So coming up with this, great feat to me, he has inspired me to even delve to that part of life too. So I don't mind, maybe the next 1 year or 2 years, I'll be inviting all of you to come and even launch another book. So in view of that, our station will be taking away with 20 copies of those books. And the amount will be eating for our consumption only. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for the general manager. The station is going away with 20 copies of the book. But before we go into the launching of the book, I'm trying to read some of the parts of the book. These are the things that are very important in the book. A place in the book said, self-development is a process of consciously improving oneself. The moderator for the session, for the review and the panel session, don't worry, you will soon need that. Thank God today is Friday. I would like to invite Comrade Adenike Ajiboye to come forward, Owode Ajiboye to come forward. Let's put our hands together for her as she comes forward to chair this panel. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she gorgeous? Put your hands together for her, please.
Thank you so much. Well, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to today's very segment. Of course, this is the segment that we will be looking at the major issue, and of course, you know, the reason why we are here. Just like I've been introduced, my name is Adenike Owode Ajiboye, head of the Super Screen Television. Thank you so much. So it is important for us to also look at what we are looking at. Of course, this is the theme of this very program, which is a workshop, which is about the discussion. Basically, it will be centered on workers' interest and organizational survival of modern roles of trade unionism for national development. Of course, being the book written by an advocate of workers' rights, I call it the Comrade for Excellence, and of course, a seasoned advertising practitioner with so many years of experience. Of course, this is up to 2 decades and still counting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking of no other person, but of course, the Vice President of Southwest RATTAWU. A round of applause for Comrade Dari Durosini. So without much ado, I will just quickly introduce or bring right here the panelists for this very discussion. So ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Dr. Layinka Adagu. Dr. Layinka Adagu, you're welcome to. Okay, well, yeah, the land is green. I like the color. That's Nigerian color. You're welcome, sir. You've been patriotic, very important. So ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for him. We just have to be patriotic about our nation, Nigeria. All right, following directly, ladies and gentlemen, join me with a resounding applause to welcome the chairperson, Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a woman that I respect so much. Join me to welcome Comrade Fumi Sessi. Yes. I like your outfit, Mom. All right, so let it be gender balancing, all right? So also join me to welcome Comrade Adewale Akonde, RATTAWU National Treasurer, ladies and gentlemen. must say, I also like your argument. At least this reminds us that we're in Southwest, of course, Lagos, Nigeria. You're welcome, sir. Also, yes, because I was wondering that we should have more chairs here. Okay, join me also to welcome another panelist, Comrade Mrs. Faduba. Ladies and gentlemen, is she around? With a resounding applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. There is 2 men, 2 ladies, of course I'm the moderator. Amen. So, ladies and gentlemen, lastly, join me to welcome Dr. Awe Obey. He's also part of the panelists. Is Dr. Awe Obey present? Oh wow, you're welcome. I can almost describe your call. Okay, I should come there. Oh, beautiful, so I can look at everybody. Okay, it's fine then. So, okay, great. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right, beautiful. Thank you for coming. Yes. So, I think I like this. This shows that yes, we've got the light, we've got the dark, and this is Nigeria, this is who we are. So you're welcome, members of this very panel. All right, yes, what we are looking at, as earlier said, is of course all about workers' interest. Workers' interest in organizational survival. What are the modern goals of trade unionism for national development? You would agree with me that it's no news. A lot of Nigerians, to an extent, some have been complaining about how organized the labor just go out there and all they do. Yes, exactly, demanding for workers' rights has always been for us to protest out there and all they do. Yes, exactly, demanding. ASU was on strike, where students were at home for how many months? I think 8 months or thereabouts. A lot of our girls got pregnant, and it remains a challenge till today. So today, the major question is, are there other ways that we can begin to demand workers' rights in such a way that, there's an equilibrium? The question again is, why was it always be that until organized labor had to come out and then to put government on their toes before delivering of what ordinarily they should know that it is their responsibility. So these are the questions that part of the questions we'll be posing. So I'll start with this general question. I'll start with the NFC Chairman, Lagos State, Comrade Fumi Sese. The question is, what can you say about the title of the book, Workers' Interest in Organizational Survival?
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate everybody that I listened this morning to join my colleague, Omida Reduce, to launch this book that will be very, very useful to us in the trade unions. It is not only the trade unionists that will actually need this book. Everybody that has one or two things to do with organizational unionism on how to also press and demand for the welfare of people that work in the organization, we all require and need to have this book. Even though I've not had the opportunity of reading through, but I am sure and I believe and I hope that with the experiences that Comrade Dari
what do you say, what do you feel, or what do you think about the title of the book, Workers' Interest in Organizational Survival?
Thank you. Workers' interest and the organizational survival. What is actually the workers' interest? Anybody that set out to go and work in any organization, you are working for survival. You are working for your welfareism. In the Bible, there is an adage that says, "O ye ants, go to the hills and continue to till and work so that you can feed yourself. There is no a little sleep, a little slumber. If you sleep so much, nobody will come and give you food on the bed." So, and as we are working, and as we are giving all, we also need the welfare. The interest of the worker is to increase the organizational activity. In the organization where we belong, is to increase the productivity, is to increase the activity in that organization, is to ensure that organization survives. But in most of the instances, some organizations, they detest the labor. They don't want to hear that there is a union. They don't want to see the survival of union. They don't want anything to do with union. That is an erroneous impression, or they have an erroneous belief that labor is a no-no. Tasting, I mean, when you taste, you will see the sweetness in the pudding. If you don't have a union, how will you know how the union works? If you listen to some people that say that union, they are the worst, it will never help the organization. But if you believe in unionism, we will partner with the organization. We always partner with the organization for the survival of the organization. The place where I work, before I emerge as the leader in union, they are very, very proud of me. And they celebrated my emergence as the leader of the workers in the state. And they're also reaping bountifully from, working together with the union. So I want to encourage, if we have any organization leadership here that are present, or those that are listening to us, although I want you to get this book, because you are going to read and understand what is the interest of the unions and the workers, and what will be the benefit and the gain advantages of having the union in your organization.
Right.
You will have the benefit of it. And let me assure you that to have a union, it means organize the workers. You have the voice in one. Those who can represent the workers. Those who you can actually look at and talk about. You can negotiate
your plans
about the welfare.
Right.
Further, anything about your organization, about the workers, you can take decisions together about
and move forward. All right. Thank you very much, Princess Lee. Thank you for your submission. So right now, because of time, we need to manage our time. So I'll take this conversation straight to Dr. Layinka Adagun. I want to believe that you have seen the book, you've read it, and so you can give us more perspective on that book. So basically, do you think that the title is timely? And why is it timely? And what do you find interesting in that book?
Let me just be honest with you. I've already prepared a review of the book. And I'll tell you that the title of the book, it raises any doubt of it being a dossier or a biographical essay on the author. And the writer with the title actually confirms that the book is a collection of author's perspective on contemporary responsibilities of trade unions, which he believes can enhance workers' satisfaction and workplace productivity. That Rosemary book, unlike any publication of his done, did not reflect the biographical details of the author, but what should be the input of both the employers and the employees in ensuring the survival of any organization without jeopardizing the comfort and the well-being of the workers. His writing is simple but masterful, reflecting his tribune experience without any iota of self-validation. You know, in some books, people who write or who give their memoirs most times try to tell us a lot of things about themselves, making a superhero like Obasanjo's My Command. I'm only citing an example. I'm not criticizing My Command. I understand one thing I like very well in the book is that it opens every chapter with a quote that actually reflects what you're about to read in that chapter. In chapter 6, which is on collective bargaining, it opens with a quote from Ronald Reagan. And what is the quote? Where free unions and collective bargaining are forbidden, freedom is lost. You get the message of the importance of collective bargaining there. And in chapter 8, he was talking about collaboration between the employers and the employees. And he opened it with a quote from the American sportsman, Michael Jordan, that talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. Well, I don't want to go on telling about the good and the bad of the book. There's only one bad, but I won't talk about it now. There are others on this panel. Maybe when it comes to my turn again. Thank you.
All right, Better thank you for your submission. All right, now I'll take it straight to. So I'll take the conversation straight to Comrade Mrs. Olufunke Fadura. I asked the question earlier, and the question is, how do you see the title of this book as a comrade, as an activist? At the point where, of course, Nigerian workers are fighting for increase the national minimum wage, which of course has been pegged at 70,000 naira. How relevant do you think the title of this book is?
Thank you very much. I pay homage to everybody seated, particularly the NSC chairperson. I greet you. I want to say that the title of the book is ideal, is appropriate. When you talk about workers' interests, what is the interest of the worker? The interest of the worker is first to have confidence in him or herself. When you go to work, you believe you can do that work. You believe you are suitable for that work. So in that wise, work is your interest. Work is also therapeutic. If you stay at home, you will fall sick. If you stay at home, you will be depressed. If you stay at home, you will lose confidence in yourself. If you stay at home, you will not be able to fulfill your goals, even as a human being, because you will be depending on every other person. So what am I saying? Workplace is very, very abrupt. If you are sad at home and you get to work, you will have reasons to laugh before you go out of your office. That means that that workplace is healing you no matter what you are going back to meet. And when you talk about the interest well thought out. I read chapter 12 of that particular book, and it talks about workplace well-being. Workplace well-being. If the worker is not well, the organization will be sick. And as comrades, a lot rests with us. Our guest speaker spoke in the morning about the types of people. Some that will make impact, some that will cause trouble, some that will just be there and just be passengers. Are you a passenger in the labor union? Are you backing your leaders? Or are you amongst those who will go behind your leaders to destroy your collective interests? Workplace well-being. If your workplace is not healthy, forget it. No matter how good you are in your field, you will be useless at the end of the day.
Thank you, Comrade Dr. Fatima. Thank you so much for your submission. All right, it is important for me to also state here that the purpose of this book is to bridge the information gap regarding the contemporary roles and responsibilities of trade unions in Nigeria. We'll then take the conversation to our comrade Adewale Akonde. So, what's your take about this? I said, the purpose of this book is to bridge the information gap regarding the contemporary roles and responsibilities of trade unions in Nigeria.
For any organization to be great and be respectful in the society, there must be this collaboration between the management and the workforce. In Japan, I read something about their workers there. When, they always say, when there is a shipwreck, everybody goes down to the bottom of the river with whatever is holding. In Japan, when any organization is falling down, instead of them to be sacking the workforce, it is the management that will first go. That is to tell you how important the workers are. So if there is no collaboration between the management and the workforce in such an environment, you will see that things will fall apart. But the workers will know what is their problem, and they will know how to present to the management before they can be given the necessary things, the tools to work, and the condition of service. Those are the major things that will make the workers to work very well in the organization.
But really, what are the responsibilities of trade unions here in having to, pass the right information to this worker? Because it's not just about workers, saying this is their demands, but what about they also to call for that?
For a good labor union, what concerns them most first is the tools of the trade. Where the management doesn't provide the best tools of trade, their output may be lacking. But if you provide them with state-of-the-art facilities to work with, they will definitely do the best. They will give out their best, and the organization will be growing.
Okay. So I'll take the conversation to. Please, a round of applause for him. So I'll take the conversation to Dr. Awe Obey. So looking at the private sector, do you agree with the submission that there is need, of course, for organizations to provide the needed tools so for them to get increased workers, performance?
Well, thank you very much. I'm interested on the same protocol. Well, first and foremost,